Welcome to Suhara-juku. Suhara-juku is the 39th of 69 stations on the Nakasendo. But even before the Nakasendo, this town existed as part of the Kisoji, an earlier trade route. It was the 7th of 11 stations on that trade route. Of all the post towns along the Kisoji route, Suhara was actually the first one. The town was washed away in a flood in 1717 and was rebuilt in a somewhat different location, its present location, thus justifying the location, I suppose, since it's still here in that form today. As we walk along, take a look at the varied architecture of the original buildings. Each of them was designed to meet the needs of a business and a residence. We see former inns, a currently operating sake brewery, a bakery, and some places that clearly were involved in silk manufacture. A recurring theme in a checkpoint town is the availability of free flowing water. Now, in this case, this is more decorative. This actually appears to be a very early Yamazaki bakery outlet. You'll notice that the drains are still open for the most part on one side of the road. Most of these checkpoint towns have long since covered their drains. What I hope to show you on some of these tours of off the map historic destinations is a picture of life that you don't generally get a chance to see if you don't rent a car and spend a long period of time in Japan. I would never skip the opportunity to see the major destinations like Tsumago, Narajuku. But there are other places that are more original and, to me, just as or even more interesting. I feel lucky to be able to see these places, and I hope you enjoy seeing them too. Here you see the Nishio Shuzo Company. This is a brewery going back to the Edo era. They make what in the West we call sake, but what is actually correctly called Nihonshu. I was pleasantly surprised to find a operating clothing store in a town like this. In most towns like this, these kind of places have long since closed. But something I did notice was a almost complete lack of empty homes along this route and what seemed to be functioning, prosperous businesses. Here we can still get our hair cut downtown. I don't think the hairstyles are the same as they were in the Edo period, but it might be worth asking. The Meiji Restoration and the elimination of the checkpoint system meant huge social demographic changes for these towns. Many of these places that existed on the largesse of government now had to find new industries. Some turned to logging, silk, even tobacco. We're wrapping up our walk through town, overlooking what is now a museum. It's a 93-degree day in the shade. I am hot and I'm going home for a cold one. Thanks for coming with us. See you next time.